Alright, WrestleMania Night 2 is in the books. And WrestleMania in general is in the books. So, hey, listen, we're going to get to opinion, recap, review, whatever. I was like, my thoughts, my observations, all that jazz that I want to talk about because that's what I get to do. Anyway, uh, I'll, you know what? Shout out to the Sun for heating everybody up because after last night where everybody was cold as hell with the wind blowing and whatnot, yo, it was warm and by God you could tell the difference. Cause like I said, when you frozen, you sort of ain't got the same you ain't got the same energy, you ain't got the same all that you do when it's nice sunny. And I was like, and you get to just soak up them rays and do what you want to do. And that's fun. Um, but to start off, Stephanie McMahon made her like I guess like official return. Like she was at the Hall of Fame, but I was like, I guess like actually back into WWE, and I was like, we'll see if she. I was like, I don't think she'll be on camera type of person really anymore. Except for things like this where it's just like, are you ready? How she sort of did. Like I think that's the only time we really ever gonna see her or whatever. Maybe I like maybe commentary. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think she's gonna be an authority figure anymore, or nothing like that. I was like, I get it that after she left, I was like, was she fired or did she leave? Either way, um, that she basically just decided to remove herself, especially with like I was like this, and this before the stuff with her daddy dropped. So I understand that even more so once all that stuff with your dad dropped. That I'm surprised they still. I guess like her name is her name, so she's going to use that. But look, if the block is hot, don't be out there if you ain't got to. Cause then you are gonna get bullets as well too. But anyway, first match came out with a banger. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. They basically were just it's like we put unlimited on finishers and signatures and whatnot. Because I feel like we got like 35 claymores, 45 stomps to the outside, to in the inside, quick, fast, and the hurt. Like we start off the match with a claymore. Yeah, no, they basically just like as soon as like that happened, it was just pretty much spam the damn like L1 or whatever button to just keep doing all your finisher. Um, I think they showed a real good urgency and also the fact too that like Seth, considering all that he was having to deal with last night, like it sort of worked in that favor of just being like, yo, I gotta get this match done just as much. And from Drew's perspective, he's also like, I want to get this match done just as much as because I mean, in the past when he hasn't, Seth is able to figure out something to beat him while also, they would just take a punishment from each other, but also like you want to you want to just take this wounded animal out while you can, and I feel like how Drew looked at it. But in the end, hey, it was too much. Drew was able to get the win over Seth, and he's over here able to be in front of the fans like he wanted, being happy, and then he started talking to CM Punk, getting in CM Punk's face and whatnot, and then CM Punk just had enough, blast him. Then he takes off his arm brace, and it's like, oh, he's a lot faster heel than we thought. And then he hits Drew with it. Next thing you know, and you believe something like that. Damian Priest just runs to the ring to cash it in, and boy did he, and he became the new World Heavyweight Champion. I told you, I called it. I said he was gonna cash in this, and I knew it. I told you. I said, I like, if anything, this is the match, not the other match. But this is the match. I just said, which way would it be? Well, obviously, it's only 50-50. Either Seth wins and he wounded from the last night match and the Drew match and stuff like that, or it's after Drew wins. Now, I mainly said that it was after Drew wins because I said something was going to happen with CM Punk. But I said it builds in both of their story. It builds into the story that, hey, Drew won in front of all the people like he wanted, but he didn't get to keep it. And that it still builds to his story of like it was taken away from me and all that stuff you could say. But he did fulfill his mission while also still being screwed over. technically. And that CM Punk being on commentary was going to do something in order for him, because he's going to be too much of being like, I did something you couldn't do. I won in front of people. That whole thing. Anyway, so to me, just so y'all know, let's see, match that was better than I thought it was going to be. LA Knight, AJ Styles. I was like, this was really a long, and I was like, a very like, I don't want to say fast, because it wasn't fast, but I was like, their pacing was really great in the match. That's what I want to say, because it was like I said, like they were constantly moving, but it wasn't like the speedy nature of how I was talking about Seth Rollins and Drew, where they would just like with like stuff. I was like, this was a really good setup. LA Knight was doing moves that I haven't really seen him do in wrestlings. I mean, matches since he's been in the WWE. You know, I was like, but I was like, my main thing was that LA Knight got the win, because I heard somebody that was like, oh, AJ Styles need to win so he could set up like feud with Cody, and I'm like, AJ Styles don't need any wins to set up anything or establish himself. He's AJ damn Styles. He doesn't need it. LA Knight is his first WrestleMania. This is like really his, like, you know, like I was like, he's already done face off against Roman, and he was in the Fatal 4-Way. Like, give him another prominent win over somebody, because he's also lost all those. But also you need to establish LA Knight as something more than just a fan favorite catchphrase. Like, not saying that he always necessarily needs a title, because you got plenty of people like that didn't have like titles like that. He does need to get a title, but you want to establish him as somebody that, yeah, now we can see him have a title. Now we get, like, this is real, like, everybody's like all like bent out of shape about like him, and I'm like, this is really his first year. Like, he's really only been done a year. Like, that's pretty good. Like, he got a main event. Like, he got 2 championship matches. Like, for the main one, not no side shit. So he won. That's how it's supposed to be. Good job. The street fight, it was fine. Bubba Ray was there as a special guest referee. But it wasn't nothing. Hell, to be honest, the coolest part to me was really B-Fab and Scarlett. I'm not gonna lie, cause they had them sort of being gear, and they sort of got to do. Well, they got to hit and B-Fab hit a hell of a damn big boot type of hit. But everybody else, it was just sort of just generic. The table broke while putting them on there, was it kind of like, ooh, cause it was cringy, cause it's just like, we need to get another table. How fast can we do that? Just go look for one. It's different than like the ladder match the other night that was like where it was, cause that one got broke in the process of things. But no, it was just a fine match. I was like, yeah, it was fine. I was like, I really don't have nothing to really report with this one. Then we had Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and we're going to get Kevin Owens and Randy as a tag team, considering the fact that they both came down the golf cart. They had the Prime bottle, and everybody was like, "Oh, is it KSI?" And it was like, "I show speed," and I was like, "Oh my god, this dude." I know him, but I don't know him. Like, I don't watch any of his stuff. I really see his stuff from other people's stuff. You know, like people that throw clips on him and like laugh at him, stuff like that. And this man was barking at Randy Orton. That was crazy. Then he got RKO'd and he sold it like he was dead. Yeah, but I was like, no, I was like, fun match. I was like, basically, I was like, we knew it was gonna be like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens sort of just trading amongst themselves, but it was like Stunner, no RKO, no Stunner, no RKO, no RK Stunner. Like, what was that? You said it, I didn't. Like, they were just back and forth. And Logan Paul, I was like, he be throwing out them haymakers with that punch or whatever. Didn't really knock him out at all. But it wasn't towards the end that pretty much that he was able to pull off. I was like, and Logan Paul, hey, I was like, yes, keep the title. But I'm just like, man, that dude, he's really good and better than I think anybody thought he could be. Like Undertaker said, if he actually wanted to do this, you could be looking at somebody that should be a champion. Um, yeah. So then we got Io Sky Bailey, also great entrances. Bailey's whole Egyptian thing, awesome. I was like, and her get up was fly, no pun intended. Io, I always like Io's song and her with her light show anyway, and I thought that the wrestling main event stage really took advantage of that with the way they did the lighting. Um, I was like, I thought Io was also going. I thought Io was going to keep it just because her tag team members kept their, their titles on the line. So technically, they have the gold. So I thought that maybe something like at Backlash, that something like that, they went where they all could lose, and it's like now it's damage control going to crumble. Where like you can still do that line, because I was like, depending on how they want to do Bianca Jade and Bianca Jade and Naomi, you might be able to do the tag team title there. I just don't. I wouldn't. I was like, I don't know if you could do Bianca in there. I was like, Jade. I was like, you want to make her a presence, but I was like, if you want to throw in a tag team right now, that'd be cool. And I was like, also, I don't like. I just don't know how quick you want to put them all in tag team because they haven't had. I was like, Bianca's really been a single star, so maybe you want to give her a chance with the title. Just give her something to do while not putting too much on her. Let her stay away from a minute. But you want to also establish Jade. It's a lot. That's a video for another day. But hey, Bailey got the win. I was like, she deserved it because she's been putting in hard work for a few years, and I was like, almost the same. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, Becky won the NXT championship this year, but if you think about it, her and Bailey haven't had the championships for about like 2 years or so, if not longer. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it might even be longer. So that's why I thought Becky would also get it, but hey, Bailey deserved it. She got it. Awesome. Um, like I said, there wasn't nothing like on much here like it was on night one. But so we get to Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. Everybody's the most anticipated. Everybody's here for it. And I want to get out of the way that already it was a great match. I was like, it was pretty much what you wanted and some. Uh, Bloodline rules. I was like, I thought they didn't fully go Bloodline rules. Like I was like, that's what it seemed like. I always wanted to think like how they did the Philadelphia street fight, and it's just a street fight. There's no extra thing for being Philadelphia. Um, Here the same thing, and that's how I'm feeling. Is that Bloodline rules? Yes, it's basically no DQ, but they didn't fully go along with it. Like it wasn't like there wasn't any like there was no tables. I was like, Roman put that back up. The candlestick got used a few times and stuff, but I was like, nothing really here. Um, so I was like, okay, cool. We didn't really fully use that capability. They sort of brought a little bit in the crowd, but not really. Um, but let's get to the point. Basically, the first call for Rose that he's about to do, and then Jimmy comes out, kicks him. Then guess what? Ooh, so Jay comes out and basically takes Jimmy, and they start fighting up the ramp, and then Jay just spears Jimmy, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think nothing was there to catch him. I was like, did they just go into blackness? And to be honest, they sort of did. Like there was two tables down there, but they was the way they was. I'm like, that could have just been straight concrete. So cool. Um, then after that, I was like, Cody, Roman trading, but I was like, I thought they were doing really good early on, where it was slow, it was methodical. They were telling the story, and it was really good. But anyway, Rose do two of them, two to Crossroads. Then Solo comes in, spikes him. Then I thought Roman was once again going to probably spike, because Solo was talking to Roman. I was like, that's new. And I thought he was going to run into Roman. Roman was going to spear him. No, he got Cody. Cody kicks out, and then Solo just beating him up and stuff like that. And then when we get John Cena music, John Cena runs down there and just beats Solo's ass. And basically gives him an AA onto the outside on the to the table. And Then he AA'd Roman. That's when we get the Rock. Rock comes down. I thought it was going to be a whole entrance. I thought it was going to do like the Titantron and all that other stuff. And then he walks down. But anyway, he just regular walks down. And now Cena took off the shirt. Now they just staring at each other. And as soon as Cena tries to do something, he basically gets rock bottom. I was like, okay, that's fairly quick for two people that basically just got. I was like, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about it, I would guess that maybe The Rock is in better shape. I mean, he is a trainer for this man. Anyway, so then at that point, nothing really happens. And this is my judgment. I don't feel like The Rock beat up Cody in a way that was really like what he said he was going to do on that night. Like, I'm not saying that he should have busted him up and bloodied him, nothing like that, but like nothing didn't happen. He like whipped the hell out of Cody or rock bottom several times. But I was like, pretty much The Rock is over here standing in the ring with the belt. Then you hear the Shield music, and I laugh because some people was like, I thought Dean Ambrose was coming. I was like, it crossed my mind, but it wasn't like, oh, Dean Ambrose was coming. It was like, it crossed my mind. I was like, trying to trick people. I was like, I wish the crowd would have been like, Dean, but no. Anyway, so he's looking around. I was like, I'm trying to see, because most of the time the crowd could signal something, and they wasn't. And next thing you know, I just seen Roman just runs up, Superman punch Seth in the face, as Seth is in his Shield gear. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit. I get it. It's a callback. So Rock now, so everybody's good. Now Roman's out, just on the floor. Cool. Then what everybody really waiting for was Stone Cold. Let's be honest, to get out the way, that's what they were waiting for. That's not what happened. But Rock is standing there. Then all of a sudden we hear, boom, lights go out, boom, Undertaker, right there. Toe slams Rock. That's it. Rock's taken out. Undertaker disappears. Which, by the way, very quickly, like very fast. Like, I'll give him props, because I was like, he old as hell and he moving that fast still. Anyway, then basically after that, because I was like, at this point you got to think Cody has kicked out of several spears, a spike, a spear, and all that Roman has gotten is pretty much 3 crossroads, but that's separate times. And then Cody's able to hit 3 crossroads, and that's the end. And hey, Cody Rhodes wins the championship. Hey, right person won his match. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if if Roman won, because I would be fine with it. I still like the stuff that they're doing. But I know in the grand scheme of not just Cody moving everybody on to the next stage for WWE, Roman needing time off, I think even though that I think there's a high portion of the WWE universe that want this Roman thing to be over for like a lot of those same reasons, then a bunch of people that was like, I'm tired of Roman. And I think that has swayed with a lot of this bloodline stuff here lately. That I think there's been a whole group of people that were like, Jesus Christ, let's be done with Roman. To where a lot of people was like, you know what? I can keep on with this Roman stuff. Let him beat the record. Bump you Cody people. Like, they really did that. And I think good job to Triple H and all that. Only thing I will say about the main event is that it seemed like there was still like 5 or 10 minutes that was missing. Like I said, Bloodline rules wasn't there the way I like them, or I needed them to be. Like, they didn't do enough of. I mean, I guess maybe because you got some of that out the way in the tag team match, but there wasn't really enough outside stuff that they used, not like chairs or anything like that. Nobody was really beaten up. Like it is. Like, I was like, the overbooking. I was like, it was fine. I thought it might be more Bloodline people, or it's fine with this. I thought it might just be like like for instance, Cody celebrated at the end, like in the ring at the end of it all, with a lot of people that were basically victims of the Bloodline: Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Seth. Which, by the way, Cody Rhodes' entrance was dope. Roman with the whole big ass orchestra. Also, Brandy Rose showed up, which I called that she would, but nothing happened from that at all. No interaction really with Mama Rose again at all. Um, so I'm like, so some like the stuff they talked about didn't happen here. Yes, some of it happened in the tag team match, but none of this stuff happened here. It really wasn't. I was like, while I would have loved Stone Cold to come through, I would have. I was like, I'm fine with the Undertaker. I was like, it's weird to me that The Rock just gets taken out like that. Nothing else. He doesn't beat Cody's ass or nothing. Roman, who hadn't taken anything from Cena, hadn't taken anything from Undertaker, didn't take anything from Jay, basically didn't take nothing from Seth, basically got in the ring 3 Crossroads over. And I was just like, that part to me was a little bit lackluster. It'd be something different than, I'm not saying like it had to be everybody do their finishing move on Roman and then Cody does his thing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I'm like, to me, something should have happened a bit earlier. Maybe that way, like he got AA through the. Oh wait, no, he did get a Cena A. He did get a Cena A. I'll take it back. But I was like, if he would have got that through the table, maybe it'd have been. I was like, I don't know. It just felt like it was just a little bit something needed. But hey, when you look back at this match, none of that shit gonna matter. Nobody gonna care. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that this time Cody won. That's basically it. That everything can move along how it needs to move along. Same thing with Seth. Everything moves along how it needs to move along. And I guess we might get Rock, Roman, Seth, and possibly even Becky on vacation or whatever you want to say. Time off for a good while. But no, I was like, though nitpick, those are like my observation. I felt like more could have just been done to basically defeat Roman, because I don't feel like he was defeated. But that's a little bit of his storyline too, is that hey, you haven't wrestled in a while, in a long time, that you got so used to the interferences and you haven't been in proper wrestling shape, I feel like. But anyway, hey, Cody won. That's all we care about. And we'll see how Raw goes and all the rest of the future. Until then, out.